Yo, what's up, guys? Let's do a funny story part one. I went to a friend's birthday party, right? And there was like 21 to 50 kids. I cannot count them all. It was just a lot, as far as I knew. There was like every kid here, from popular kid to weeaboo. It was like a big party at the time. And another group of kids that had their graduation party, um, and the gang of the group had the birthday kid had an older brother, which is what like the gang of no, like not a gang, but like a group of other kids who are seen who are like graduating from college or stuff like that. I think he was 21 and older, or older. I don't know. He looked like he was bare minimum 21. So apparently, one of the kids who looked like a neckbeard, he was like very obese. He was the stereotypical weeb, fat weeb kid. You ever seen those fat kids that are like huge thing into like anime? Yeah, he looked like one of those kids. This guy really loved his Naruto, like, oh my god. But he also liked a lot of other anime. Like Attack on Titan's really good. Godzilla Earth. Those are two based. But he also liked a lot of cringe anime. Like cuties, and I'm like, what the hell is this show? Now back onto the story. Apparently, he was wearing a My Hero Academia shirt to the party. Apparently, he was wearing a My Hero Academia shirt, which is an okay anime, by the way. It's still overrated, but it's still good. Apparently, I was there with playing Hungry Shark Evolution during the time. So the kid who had the My Hero Academia shirt had a weed brownie. And I'm like, how can you ruin a brownie one-on-one? This is the reason. I know weed isn't bad, but back then, like in like when I was like 8 years old, which was current happening right now, I was 8 years old. It was illegal, to say the least. You can get up to 25 years in prison, or in high security prison, like really high security. Thinking you may have had a pact with a drug overlord or my boss, and I'm like, okay, this kid is a weeaboo who likes to take drugs. Oh God. So, me, and two other kids, Xavier and Charles. Charles was like the one of those a-hole kids, like the kids that are just dickbags, the like egg your house type of kids. He had his own reasons. I'm not gonna tell you. Wow, Xavier is like the really nice Christian kid with some cringy behavior. Yeah, he liked to watch annoying villagers, but we were all 8 at the time, so it ain't that bad as it is. So we apparently was watching a few videos on YouTube. While this guy was like chowing down, had a nibble on a weed brownie, and he hurt for a little bit and took about 10 minutes. Like, just to get it settled. Let settle. But then, there were no effect. None. So, and there was like a knock on the door. Sounding more like a rugged man. Thinking it was a cop, a police deputy, or something like that. He decided to take the chapter book sized brownie. He gobbled every single one of it like it was an eating competition. He ate it all in like 2 minutes. Not 2 minutes. No, 1 minute and 30 seconds. This guy was hung. Like, he ate it like he was like on a starving thing. Looks like he was starving from The Walking Dead. That's how much he ate the whole thing like. Like he was starving from God knows what. So, after that, he was waiting for like, I don't know, 50 minutes. 50, 60 minutes. And that's when it starts to kick in, right? Well, apparently this guy, mistaken his brownie, mistaken a normal brownie for a weed brownie. He was like, "Oh shit, I left it at home," type of thing. So it gets even crazier to think of. The funny thing, though, is not if he ate it. And he was running, but due to him being, built like a freaking neckbeard, Mobile Beast neckbeard, he's ain't gonna go that far. He ain't gonna go anywhere. I'm sorry. He looks like a Discord mod, but with weeaboo energy. So after I'm done eating some birthday cake with my friends, Charles decided to ache his shirt, his My Hero Academia shirt, for fun, because Charles had some beef with My Hero Academia for God knows how much reasons. He hates anime. I don't really mind anime as long as it does not have any sexual content, which I'm fine. Which a lot of the popular anime don't really have much of, like Dragon Ball doesn't have that much, like an occasional there and there, but not really that much. Apparently, this guy was also into a lot of I'm let's just mention tentacle monsters and anime girls. I'm not gonna mention that word. I'm just not gonna mention it. Okay? On with the story. So he was like moving to the house as fast as he can before the mother gets the chance to eat it. She ate the whole thing. And, like you guessed, she accidentally doped, mistaking it for a real normal brownie. While most people be like, I feel weird all of a sudden, her mom was also kind of drunk at the time, so she didn't know any better, and she was feeling more high and drunk than ever. This kid was also a humongous drinker, too. He didn't smoke weed, he just snorted it. I don't know why he snorts weed. Anything in your young lungs would be terrible. And apparently this guy likes to just strip the leaves from the weed and smoke it that way instead of just putting it and crumbling it like catnip. And after he was done, after his mom felt high, she passed out onto the floor, drunk and high. Like she was so lightheaded, it was like not even funny. And he was screaming at the top of his lungs. It was pretty insane. And during the process while he was running to his mom's house, Charles was egging the ever-loving hell out of his shirt. Like he was so hyper-focused on his mom to the point he doesn't even know the egging on a fucking All Might thing in the middle. The middle. I don't know how much he hates anime, but he had some beef with anime. Charles is like the mischievous kid. Wow, Xavier's the more. And Xavier's like, what's going on? And I'm like, I really don't know. And he also had a family pet. The fat guy did. And the dog eventually got mad and chewed him right in the ass. Got mad. I was barking at him for being high. Her being high. Trying to wake her up and trying to shove her around, like trying to wake her up. And he just sat right next to her, poor thing. And as he told the dog to get away, he growled, telling him to leave her be. And he kicked the dog a bit, which made it prone to bite him in the ass. Sorry if I mentioned it twice, but he did bite him in the ass. So he just like, all right then. If it's gonna be like that, I'm gonna leave. And the dog After that one nip in the butt, it was it. Wait for his mom to wake up, and the mom's like, "What the hell did you do to my brownie?" And she's like, "Oh, I mistaken my weed brownie for your normal brownie," and apparently she was also hyper crazy. You know, like Karens are such entitled parents, and you know why. And she went full on Karen on him, like speak to the manager type of nonsense. He like ate every single one of it, and after she ate it with some of her friends were also screaming at the top of her lungs, and which provoked the dog, and the dog eventually bite him in the ass too. And I'm like, this dog nips everyone in the butt for being like it was like a free strike rule with this dog. For this one, for like first strike, it's not bad, but the second one you get growled at. The third one you get chomped in the ass. At least he had a fucking rules. At least he had rules. Instead of most dogs who just ankle bite your ass or bite you in the ass. He was like nipping his pants and that's it. Nipping at the, pants and stuff like that. And just causing a bit of a pandemonium. And just telling them to stop. This dog was also quite old and she had like, it was like sensitive to noise. Like she had a lot of sensory endeavorment and she likes to let everyone know to stop before she attacks. It's like, alright, I can see where you're going. So I also had sensory problems, and I gave this dog the least amount of noise as much as I can, and she respects me for that. I walk past her, she just sits there gleefully in the sun. Well, back to the story. So apparently, after screaming, cops found out. So eventually, the cops arrested this kid for about 2 years, being the first perpetrator of it. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison, which he got away severely easily because most people that age, if they seen smoke doing weed at the time, was sentenced to 25 years in prison sometimes without parole or good behavior. Yeah, being locked up 2 years kind of sucks for eating weed in a birthday party, but now it's legalized and jobs like, okay, this kid can work. But after all that, after all of that, like all of that, I went to my dad's house, told him what did I tell him, and I said, the party was good. All the adults were just drinking beer and smoking and having a barbecue without any of the kids ruining it besides one young baby. He was 9 months old, so it cannot be left from his parents. It was a 9-month-old baby, so they just kind of have to keep it with the parents. And they kept it furthest away from the smoking, just for background, just for context purposes only. Now, I don't know if he's having a job. I don't know if the felony charges were dropped or the jobs kind of allowed it now. Allowed him to be not. Would allow him now because of the felony charge of smoking weed. Now, it's like ridiculous. It sounds stupid, but hey, I'm just saying in general. Because, like, many people do not take weed too kindly in some areas. And more states are like, hey, this thing's kind of ridiculous. And they all just let it back. Except California and a few other states that don't allow it. But overall, it seems pretty cool. So, I'm going to see you another day. Hope you enjoy the story. So, see ya. Bye.